Whoa.
Whoa. Hey, we're alive. Check 1, 2. Check. Hey, guys. Welcome.
What was I just doing with my arms?
I don't know.
I was trying to figure out where I was. There's so much negative space over here.
There's a lot of, yeah.
Like, what is you going to bring in like a floating graphic that's going to come and try to eat me or something?
Yeah, probably. We can do all sorts of, we could do animated creatures falling out of the sky. We have the technology.
But we wouldn't, stoop to such tactics just for some extra views.
Yeah, we probably actually would. First of all, as we do every week, we're going to do a quick little level check. So if we sound okay, let us know. Just say, you sound all right. Or if we sound too loud.
I can't hear anything coming out of this microphone.
No, that's not how they work, Tony.
Oh. I mean, it looks like a big speaker. Like it's going to... Okay.
That's not how they work.
Right.
So most of you guys know I'm the community manager here at Endspace for Sword Coast Legends, and I am joined once again by audio director Tony Porter, who is here to hang out. Welcome to the party, that nerd girl. Thank you so much for joining our little team of adventurers. We're going to have some shenanigans today.
We're teaming with something.
Yeah, so we're going to show off some new stuff today. I know a lot of you guys are really, really eager for Warlock stuff, and unfortunately, it's still not quite ready to show yet. We're almost there.
That was the only reason I came back. You said, okay, I'm sorry about this last week, and I think you said you were going to take personal responsibility for it, too.
I may sneak a little Warlock, because I actually feel bad. So I may sneak a little Warlock something in there at some point. But we are going to show off some Rage of Demons gameplay. We're going to answer some questions. We have some questions from our social channels. We're going to answer those, and we're going to show off something cool that you did with the Brain Golem. So we're going to show a little bit about how you actually created the sounds for the Brain Golem. Mr. Brian Golem.
Yeah, a good guest always brings a clip to the show. So yeah.
I look a little washed out. That is actually pale. I'm just pale. So,
but we'll work on it.
Hey, Cyberrank, thank you so much for hosting. We very much appreciate it. It's always ukulele time. So, anytime you're in the area of our studio and you want to come on the show and play the ukulele, it's always
I don't know why I didn't bring my ukulele. I actually have. I leave it at home for my kids because they got the small hands and all my nice guitars are here in the office. But
yeah.
I should bring it in, I guess.
Yeah, you
People
should.
are expecting it.
I mean, come on the show next time. We'll just do a concert.
I'll pull it from their little hands and say, no, Daddy's got to make beautiful music with other people.
I'll sing a little halfling tune by the campfire. We can pull up that old campfire graphic that we used to use. Remember that?
That sounds cozy.
Yeah, we could have a little...
an actual real fire would be actually good, too. You notice that we're both wearing coats. Well, you always wear like a coat or something like that. So I typically don't. Big guy, make my own heat.
Mm-hmm.
Florida weather this week, next week is going to be a little in the...
Is it?
50s, which I know a lot of people are going to laugh at, I guess, but overnight to 30s. We had to bring our dogs inside and put stuff over the plants, which we're so not used to doing in here. It's like we're scrambling. We're so not used to that.
We're not used to the cold at all. And it's not even really cold because everyone will call it
It's not.
But yeah, it was colder here at this studio. So like I said, we're going to answer some questions. We are going to do a giveaway at the end of the stream. So, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to give away some of the very, very deadly dagger venoms near the end. And I actually don't need this anymore, so I don't need this silly I don't need my headphone anymore. And it'll be a good time. And we also have some news that we're going to go over. And like I said earlier, we're going to answer questions and hang out and have a good old time.
This is like a tech support headphone anyway, right? Except for missing the it's missing the mic, I guess.
It doesn't have a mic.
Because you could run live tech support at the same time while on the stream.
That's really what I do all the time.
It is kind of the same thing, isn't it?
I
guess we'll take your questions or so, except for the ones that we can't answer.
Yeah, so again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We very, very much appreciate it. We're at a really exciting time with this little update of where we are in development. The team is still working very diligently on the console versions of Sword Coast Legends, and of course on Rage of Demons, which you'll see a little bit of today. And we're almost to the point where we're ready to show you the console version in action, which will be streaming very soon. So we'll be showing off that as well. And,
close.
I know I said soon again, but it is actually soon.
Soon is a fantastic word. I mean, I don't know. You get a lot of flack for it.
Yeah,
but
it's fantastic.
I'll leverage it plenty of times. Like, when are you going to pay, your utilities? That's like really, really soon. If you could just get off my property now, I swear it'll be soon.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and look at some of these news items, and I have little fancy graphics here. The first is...
Oh, that's what this is.
Yeah, look at that. Bam! Fancy graphics. First is there is a lunar sale going on right now, and it's on until tomorrow morning. And most people in this channel likely have the game already. But if you don't have the game, it's available now on Steam during the Steam Lunar Sale for $10.
A lunar sale, that makes it sound like it's only available at night.
That is not true.
Okay.
It's available until tomorrow morning. Okay. And it's available for $10, which is pretty cool. And of course, that means it comes with all the fancy stuff that we added post-launch. So you have both the community packs, you have all those optimizations and all those fun things, bug fixes, all the stuff that we added. You can actually go which way?
I'm just trying to see.
Your hand disappears.
Okay.
Never mind. Yeah. So yeah, Steam Lunar Sale is the first bit of news. If you're waiting to buy the game, you want to see how it is. We're going to show off some gameplay today, and you can say, hey, maybe it's worth $10. So
$10.
$10 is pretty cheap. $10 is pretty cheap.
$10 is
I spent $7 on lunch today. You want to know what I got?
A copy of. Oh no, not quite enough. I guess. All right.
Almost.
All right.
I got spicy chicken nuggets.
Spicy chicken nuggets are better than the regular chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets.
$7 worth of chicken nuggets. Hold on.
I also got a chicken go wrap and a drink.
Okay.
So it was like $6.50.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I was hungry.
Still, even then, you were so close to getting a whole new copy of Sword Coast Legend. You could have gifted to anyone else you wanted. Or
they hate us right now. Why are you doing this? All right. The other thing is this. And this is the big piece of news that came out this week that's really exciting. There's a big announcement earlier this. Actually, it was yesterday at this point. So yesterday we announced that, of course, the game is in fact coming to Xbox One and PS4. It's coming in the spring. We don't have a solid date as of yet because there's still stuff that has to be done. You still have to get through cert. You still have to tweak some things, turn some knobs, fiddle some dials.
Yeah, no, there's a lot involved in getting it to work properly on that, because as we get a lot of people were saying, well, it was built for consoles. Like it so kind of wasn't. But good design always takes those things into account when you're kind of making a game.
Right.
Will it fit on a console? Will it work on a console?
Right.
So getting those controls to play right in the game, I was so skeptical when I heard that we were going to first put it on console, and then how does a game like this control pretty well?
Right.
It's actually working pretty well. I mean, there's I think just like a little switch needs to. Oh, okay. Now that makes a little bit more sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
You kind of have to play with it for a second, at least if you're coming from the PC perspective. But I think the way we have it set up, I think console players are going to really, really like the scheme, and we'll be able to show that off soon enough once it.
Yeah, I mean, it's controlling really well, and like I said, in the next couple of weeks, we'll probably be showing it off here on the stream, so you'll be able to see Xbox One and PS4 versions in action, which is pretty cool. The neat thing about this is the price point. So if you actually check swordcoast.com, we did the announcement. We actually had the price point on there, and both the Xbox One and PS4 versions are going to be coming out for $19.99, and that of course does include the free Rage of Demons DLC a little bit down the road. So you get Rage of Demons for free. You also get all the collector's edition digital content with that $19.99 price tag. So you're going to get the Burning Dawn stuff. You're going to get the Beholder. You're going to get the Lost Mine, Tomb of Knowledge. Yeah, you're going to get all the Burning Dawn armor sets and all that, all for $19.99. And, of course, all the stuff from CP1, CP2.
That's a fantastic deal. I mean, the only thing we can do is add these Ginsu knives, really.
Yeah, no, it's weird. It feels weird selling stuff because I know they're not here to buy things. But it is exciting for us because...
Everyone in here is probably already
Probably. But it's exciting for us because we want as many people to play the game as possible. And I know...
Sure.
From watching the social channels all the time, I know a lot of people are waiting for the console versions of the game just because sometimes the barrier to entry on PC is pretty high. And a lot of people don't want to spend the money for a new PC. They really enjoy playing on the couch. I'm about 50-50 in life. I really love console games too, and I love PC games. So, that's it's exciting.
No, I'm totally excited for the console version. I've showed my kids the game on the PC, and they dig it because it's one of Dad's games. But they're really looking forward to when they can kind of put it in their hands. And
absolutely.
Something about the tactile feel about it that just makes sense to that.
Right.
To that audience.
Some people aren't PC people. They're just they're really into the console stuff. So if you have questions for us directly, we do have a bunch of questions from the forums and other social channels. But if you have questions for Tony or myself,
sure.
Just do an @SwordCoastLegends so that way we can see it. Because the font's pretty small, it's pretty far away. If we see an @SwordCoastLegends, we'll know that there's a specific question for us. I do see one right there is does the DLC contain a single player campaign? Yes, Rage of Demons is an entire single player campaign, so we can't wait to show off Rage of Demons. We'll show off some of the content from it today, but we're not going to show off any of the Rage of Demons campaign stuff quite yet. But Rage of Demons is its own campaign. It's going to come, of course, with Warlock and with Tiefling, and all new armor sets and weapons and all that fun stuff. And it's completely free. So if you own Sword Coast Legends on PS4, on Xbox One, on PC, you're going to be getting Rage of Demons, which is cool.
It's a good amount of content, really. For the price, there really isn't. There's nothing to argue about. It's even if you don't like it, you're like, well, okay, I'll take it. Like, well, you're really going to dig it. There isn't a chance. There's a chance of that.
Draconis actually asked a good question. He says, "What voices can Tony do? Can you give examples?" Tony actually brought a list of the characters that he voiced in Sword Coast Legends. So for those of you who haven't tuned in before, Tony is, of course, the audio director, but he also voiced a number of characters in Sword Coast Legends. He voiced Belafos. He does a lot of awesome, just the game wouldn't be the same. There wouldn't be awesome sound and awesome voices without Tony.
Well, it's a fun job.
So it is a fun job. I'm actually really jealous. I am actually really
A lot of people say that when they walk in, they see the speakers and the musical instruments and stuff. Not that I got to write any music for this game, but it seems like it's kind of fun. I have the little surround sound up around me.
Yeah. So who'd you voice?
Well, we know Belafos.
Yeah.
And even if I do the voice for you right now, it's unfortunately it's not really going to. It's not really going to do so much because
there's a lot of effects on it.
I used a program called Dehumanizer for a lot of really intense kind of vocal treatments and stuff, especially because I knew that I was going to be doing a few notable characters and they had to sound special. So Belafos is obviously the one we kind of pegged from the beginning that we were thinking, like, you know what, your voice is going to work really well for Belafos. And then for the Mind Flayers, we definitely wanted to have a really cool element that they made it sound like it was kind of going in your head, and we had some lines recorded, but something was just wrong kind of about it, and we wanted the special treatment done. So I ended up doing all the Mind Flayer stuff. The not like the units, but the scene with the Mind Flayer where he's got with the dragon and everything. Which, by the way, I also did Thunderchode, Thunderchode, the big red dragon. Also voiced all that. I do Gil, the guy who gets he's in your party in the beginning in the nightmare.
Good old Gil.
The two soldiers at the very beginning of the nightmare, right? It's like it's the tutorial, which is basically, and you have these soldiers come up in the top level and they're looking for you. I voiced both of those. The dude it's also in the nightmare. In the bottom, when you go down the stairs and he's in this weird cavern, I think his name is Amarak. That sounds like Amtrak, so that may not be it. We'll have to check it out. Also, the pie salesman in Gracklestew, I believe his name is Gorestaff. And also Eridan. I think he's a side quest character, or I'm not sure if he had something to do with the main quest because we didn't voice any side quest characters. He had something. I forgot exactly
is the character that's based on Tudge's tabletop character.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we almost had him record it for it, but it ended up being we ended up like
you
shrinking the part.
Tudge record Eridan?
Almost. It was so close.
It would have been so Canadian.
Yes.
It would have been like the most Canadian elf ever. It would have been that would have been awesome.
And it was absolute fun to do that. Anytime we had to kind of like move the script a little bit or change something, like we need an extra character to explain this. Tony, can you do? Yes, I can. I can probably do it. So. And it was absolute blast.
That's awesome
to do all those characters and stuff.
Awesome.
Hopefully we'll get.
Let's grab a couple of these questions before they go by.
Oh, sure.
Are there new companions? So this was actually a question that we got on the forums as well. What's going to be happening with Rage of Demons is you are going to be able to, at least the plan is for you to be able to create custom companions for your adventure and bring in your custom companions to adventure with you. So that was a huge request. That was one that was in our backlog. That was one that was the community was really begging for when the game came out. So you'd be able to create your own party of NPCs or bring in the classics like Larethar and Jarhild and all of them. So that is the plan as of now, to be able to bring in custom companions, no new companions per se. Okay, so that was one question. My shirt, Jayzik, my shirt says Nerf Herder, which is an old band that I love. That's actually coming out with a new album soon. So check out Nerf Herder if you're into silly old pop punk stuff. They're fun. Does this mean we're done with the PC version? refunded the game. We're not done with the PC version, so obviously there's a lot of factors that go into development. So we have to look at desire, we have to look at sales. Obviously, we said from the very beginning, and it's 100% true, that we want to work on as much Sword Coast Legends as possible. So we want to make all the classes, we want to make all the races, we want to make as much content as possible. But there has to be the desire for people to play it, and people need to buy the game. So there's a lot that's up in the air, but we'll see what happens. And of course, we are excited, and we want to keep working on it because we love it.
Absolutely. I see one question. Sorry, it was directed to me. Someone someone waited for 13 hours for the stream to start.
Wow.
How did they even? I only found out that I was going to be on the stream today.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is fine. That they, I guess, is another sound designer or hopeful sound designer looking for a job. Geez, I would. Sometimes it's really cool being a one-person show. Sometimes it's very clear that you need some help. And I've always had a bunch of colleagues around the area and stuff I can always offload stuff to when I need it. Always been really proud of doing everything by myself, but geez, I would love to have someone else here, even if they were just to sit here and just kind of speak my language, because I know game devs speak and I can talk to everyone here kind of on their level, but someone who's going to speak to me about sound, about meaning, about layers, about the software, about all that kind of stuff. I don't have that. I'm so like in my own little shell, and geez, I would love that. You said you're in Orlando, so I mean, who knows?
Let's be friends. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Follow us on Twitter.
If you're anywhere near the iDrive area, just send us a tweet and we'll go get lunch.
Yeah.
Not kidding.
Yeah,
we'll do it. Why not? It'll be fun. Okay, so is all the DLC free? As of now, yeah. Everything we put out, CP1, CP2, all the patches we put out, and of course Rage of Demons, all that is free, and all that will be included in Xbox One and PS4. I don't know about future DLC. It honestly has not been discussed. So we hey, welcome to the party.
Varpunen
23. You can actually do the Belfast voice, actually.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Well, see, it's ridiculous. That's amazing. I would just talk like that all the time if I could do that.
That scares my
kids. I think it was Jayzik, actually sent me a message on the forum saying, he's like, I want you guys to do a persistent weekly game DMing. He's like, but Tony should really DM because his voice is better. And I was like, you're completely, absolutely correct. That would be incredible. Awesome. Tony, you mentioned some of the sounds you created for the game last week. How did you get into doing Foley work? I've always been interested in that.
Well, Foley work is, if you don't know what Foley is, it's typically where you actually create this, typically movement of a character or a thing that you sync to picture by recording. Like you'll see someone walking in mud, so you get a little box full of mud and you kind of pound your feet in it and try to time it up with it. It just kind of comes with everything else. I mean, I do everything, so I'll do the voices, do the sound design, do the implementation, everything. It's part of it, really. So that's just really, really fun to do. I wish we had a bigger area to do here, but I got a lot of property in my place, and so I usually will do a lot of Foley stuff, a lot of breaking stuff. We actually bought a junk car just to wreck out there and stuff, and do the whole shooting arrows with watermelons or shooting watermelons with arrows. That's much different sound. It's just one of those tools that I love doing, and I love billing clients for.
It's cool. No, Foley works really exciting. It's really awesome. I've gotten this question a couple times about custom loot tables for dungeon masters. I'm totally aware that is a huge request, and it's been a request for a while. Right now, I believe it's in the backlog. It's not something that's going to be included in Rage of Demons. So the idea, for those of you who are tuning in don't know what he's asking, many people have asked for custom loot tables so DMs can actually determine what characters are given from quests rather than a randomized item. As of now, it's still going to remain a randomized item, so there's nothing going into Rage of Demons that's going to change that. However, as you can see with the community packs, we do pay attention. If the resources are there, of course we will go ahead and start implementing more things that the community wants. So that being one of them. Give me prizes with an awesome dog. With an awesome dog. You may get prizes. Stiff and Ready. Stiff and Ready is that person's name.
Oh, because they're ready for prizes?
Yeah, stiff and ready for prizes. I think it means when your muscles atrophy. like rigor mortis. That's what they mean, right?
Is that ready? Are you ready at that point?
I think you're ready. You're ready to ascend.
Oh yeah, you're ready to die. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm trying to keep this PG-13.
All right.
When I start doing my own stream, we'll do the dirty stream. You have any information about what in CP3 will be included? So, sorry, man. Honestly, right now, CP3 is something that was worked on, and then the team being the size it is, console has to get done. Rage of Demons has to get done. CP3 kind of had to get put on pause. As soon as the team is able to go back to it, they will.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people on the team. Some of their favorite stuff that we wanted to work on is in CP3. So we're really looking forward to getting to it as well. It's this sitting kind of suspended, like is it going to happen or whatever. That kind of bums us out too. We were we felt really good doing on CP1, CP2, CP3 seemed like, geez. But it's just, that's the schedule, that's the nature of business, that's just kind of where we are, especially with the team that we have, who do fantastic, but we have to know what we can hit and what we can hit well.
Right.
And that's what we're aiming to do.
Absolutely. And, and development's a very fluid thing. It depends on so many different factors, and we try and be as transparent with you guys as possible. That's why we do these streams. We kind of want to tell you where things are. And I know it seems sometimes we're evasive, but like I said last week, the last thing we want to do is give you misinformation. We don't want to say that something's happening when it's not. So, everything we say on these is as accurate as they are at the time, but it changes every day. So,
yeah. So we thought we were going to do Warlock. Right? Oh, I mean, I didn't bring it up again. I'm just saying that.
Yes. Warlock is definitely coming. Let's see. There's a lot of questions this week. This is great. We'll take a few more, and then we'll go into the gameplay in a little bit. What can you tell us about PC will get controller support? So this was actually a question from the forums as well. In terms of PC controller support, right now, obviously the controller is the scheme is getting optimized for PS4 and Xbox One.
Right.
So it's a completely different way to play the game. You're basically driving the character as opposed to point and click. If that will be brought over to PC, I am personally, I do not know at this time. So I will let you guys know as soon as I have a definitive answer on whether or not that control scheme is going to be moved on over to PC. Right now, PC still has point and click, and of course, Xbox One, PS4, you're actually driving the character.
I think that's the ultimate desire. Our goal is to have that available to PC players.
Right.
But it's just going to be is it going to work well? We don't want to put out kind of broken stuff or things that's not going to benefit anyone to that, for that audience. So it's just something that I think that, again, neither you or I are making decisions on that, but I would like to think that we would push that out. I think some PC players are gonna dig that kind of style. But yeah, it is totally different. So
yeah, it is. Will there be any new Burning Dawn themed items in Rage of Demons? There is some Burning Dawn plot in Rage of Demons, which is pretty cool. I don't believe there are any new Burning Dawn items, but there are some new armor sets, and they're looking really awesome. So they definitely, the team brought their A game for these armor sets. I think they're really pretty. And someone said my phone was vibrating. Yes, I'm sorry.
We put it right here, then the mics are right here too.
I know.
Like when you're playing and you're stomping and you hit the space button a lot to pause. You hear that.
Let's jump on over to the other little bit of a news item here. This is pretty cool. So, MMO Games had a vote a couple, at this point maybe 6-7 weeks ago, for best online RPG, and now we're up for another vote on MMOgames.com. So if you go to MMOgames.com, there's a vote for best online fantasy game. Sword Coast Legends is on that list. The competition is insanely fierce because if you think about it, there's so many great online fantasy games that exist right now.
They're competing with other MMOs, which we are not quite.
Right. So we're with MMOs, we're with other fantasy games, so you can imagine the list is insane.
Yeah.
So, we don't actually get anything for winning these. I think we came in second or third in the last one, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And just a testament to how, how awesome our community is. So if you go to mmogames.com and you give us a vote, it would be appreciated. Like I said, we don't really get much other than you feeling good about ourselves every once in a while. Which is nice.
It's a good way to show your support for us to keep us moving, because sometimes that extra bit of publicity can help turn a few clicks into a few purchases into more happy, fun people on the forums and on the streams. I mean, that's the whole goal. Big funnel.
It is, yeah. So every little bit helps. So if you feel like helping out, head on over to mmogames.com and have a little vote for best online fantasy game. And you can vote for us if you want to, which is great.
You should, though.
You should.
Yeah.
Should. Okay, Burning Dawn Trials 2 still not done. I know. I'm sorry. There's stuff that I want to add to it that I'm waiting for. So I know I said that before, but it's the truth.
Is it going to be Burning Dawn Trials 2 Electric Boogaloo style
It is.
sequel?
It's definitely Electric Boogaloo.
Okay.
Which is, a lot of people think the sequel is superior to the original Breaking.
Yeah, I'm saying you should. If it's going to be worth waiting, then you should wait for it. It's worth it.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and answer a couple more questions from our list here that you guys gave us. And again, normally before we do these streams, again, one thing, I kind of wanted to apologize because we don't have a ton to show off today. We are going to show off some stuff, but we don't have a ton to show off today. In the coming weeks, we're going to be showing off some incredible stuff. So you're going to be seeing the Warlock skill trees, you're going to be seeing Tieflings, you're going to be seeing PS4 gameplay. All of that big stuff is like right over the hill, but we're not quite up to the top of the hill yet. So this is one of those weeks where I was kind of like walking around the office like, what about, and everyone's just like, yeah. So it's an interesting time, but let's see. Dexord on the forum says, any news on the progress of the Warlock? Will it be shown ready for maybe the next stream? Like I just said, not quite there with the Warlock yet. I may show you a little teasy of a tease today.
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
I just about finished all the sounds for his new abilities and spells, and there's some really cool stuff. I love working with Brad, our effects artist here. He does some amazing stuff. But geez, making these sounds on top of all the hundreds of sounds that I've already done, and to make them different is tricky. But they're going in. Hopefully they go in today, actually. So
I always thought Animate Dead should have like an evil cackle.
I can't even think of exactly what it sounds, because I can hear it when I hear it in the game. I can recognize exactly what spell it is, which is great. It's kind of what I was going for. But reverse is like Animate Dead. Which sound is that?
Yeah, no.
Think of it.
It's funny because you must have this whole like archive of sound effects just in your brain from the game. So we've gotten a couple questions about Design Council. And is it possible, like we said the other week, Design Council, you no longer can get into it because you had to buy a version with the statue. The statue was limited to 1,000 units, and they're all gone. So how do you get to become a member of the Design Council? Because people want to pitch in and their ideas. We don't have an answer to that yet, and we've been kind of asking around. And let me ask you guys this in stream: do you think that the Design Council should be, now that the game has been out for 4 months? 3.5 months, I don't know, for a while. The game's been out for a while. Design Council is limited. Do you think there should be a way for people that that are not currently members of the Design Council to become members of the Design Council? So do you think, just as viewers, as people who obviously care about the game, if you're here on a Thursday afternoon, do you think there should be a way for people to get into the Design Council? And it wouldn't be something that you buy into, because that's not fair. So it wouldn't be like, give me $5.
Right.
Yeah.
Or whoever pays more gets a higher rank, and there's different echelons of Design
so it wouldn't
Council,
be that.
right?
So let us know your opinions here in the chat. And,
so kind of like if, let's say, the Design Council were almost like a pre-order kind of thing. Like that's the time where they can get in. Now it's open to everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I see people's reactions in both different ways about it. So I guess it's a good discussion to have.
We want it to be fair also for the people that are members of the Design Council, that they paid a pretty penny. They've been doing a lot of stuff since the beginning. So we're seeing a lot of yes.
Yeah, because they're all not in it. Like, I'll take it for free. Sure, why not? Throw in a Magger of Venom.
Yeah. Should be a way to join Design Council. New blood, absolutely. A big yes, no. I see no. Yeah. Sure. Current players, then people who just wanted the statue
as DLC.
That's true. Oh, unlocking all Steam achievements. That's a really That's a really smart idea. That's a hard one, though. You have to beat the game in all the classes.
There's a few tricky ones to get that I think that even a lot of us haven't gotten.
Yeah, I have thousands of hours logged, and I don't think I have all the Steam achievements. Some of them were just like, oh, well, no way.
Right. Well, it's something that we can bring up, something that we can talk more, certainly on the forums.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to test the waters and see what community here thought about this. And, of course, we'll go back and look at this, because we can, of course, it's all archived right there. So we can look at your responses and see what you guys think. So, like I said, at the end of the stream, we'll go ahead and give away some goodies if you want to hang out. We have a very special, Hobbs brought us in our treat for the week, and our treat this week is actually kangaroo. So we're going to be eating some kangaroo and giving away some daggers of venom. I'm actually excited about this one.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of
jerky.
Of jerked meat.
Jerked meat, okay.
Big fan of jerked meat.
All right.
I don't think I've ever had kangaroo.
I haven't had kangaroo. I'm curious as to where they got it from. If it's like all pouch, jerky,
it's
pouch
true.
Jerky.
I feel so bad eating the pouch.
Then there might be some misgivings about
it.
Here's
what I'm apprehensive about. What if I really like it, like a lot? Like this is my favorite thing. Will I end up flying to the outback and just going crazy and hunting down kangaroos?
Right, or importing them over Amazon.
Importing them
onto your own preserves here, and then escalating to having to hunt them. And like, it's not going to taste good unless I
mean, I wouldn't use a gun. It would be fair. It would have to be like wrestling.
Or just put boxing gloves on it, and then you box it like in times of yore. Right.
I would so get my butt.
But if you do beat a kangaroo boxing, I think the reward is you should be able to eat it.
I think so too. That is very true.
I mean, it should eat you too. I think if he wants to. I think fair is only fair.
I completely agree with that. All right, so let me get our little audio. Turn Tony's sound back on here. Turn this down a little bit for you guys. Okay, so we are going to be showing off a little bit of the Rage of Demons environments today. My party this week is a little bit higher level. So I'm actually, for those of you who've been around for a while, you probably remember this character I made. This is actually the character that we made for GDC. His name is Arthos, and he is a fighter.
I remember Arthos.
Yeah, Arthos has been around for a while, so he's actually been he's been around. It's amazing that he still functions.
Welcome to the party,
This character's been around since like pre-alpha, so he's he's an ancient man. So we're playing as Arthos.
So he's got lots of loot.
His loot's gotten stripped a few times. So right now he's just kind of, you can see he doesn't have too many things. He's missing rings and all that fun stuff. So we're playing as Arthos. My Lydia is mainly spec'd for healing, as most of Lydia's are. Sure. She does have some archery stuff. My Larethar is actually an archer Larethar. So he should be able to do a megaton of damage. I actually took the ability to use a longbow as well. So I'll be using a longbow wielding Larethar. He'll be kind of my scout. And then, of course, my Hamet is really spec'd for DPS. We have good old Meteor Swarm. We have Overchannel. And of course we have Animate Dead and Summon Undead. So we'll be having a lot of fun. And right now, like I said, this dungeon that we're going to be running through is actually just a crawl, and it's going to have both the magma caves and the Middle Dark as well. So it should be fun. And it's set for hard, and it's also set with some of our new death options that we added in the community packs. That if I die, we actually go back to camp.
Every time Tony does his voices, I just want to give him a bear hug.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my wife about that first, and let me just see what she thinks about that. No service. I'll get back to you later about that.
All right. So here we are. This is the Pit of Pain.
The Pit of Pain.
Welcome to the party, Lobster.
Don't even try to escape.
Oh, that's good. I like that. All right. We're gonna keep them back.
Tony should always talk in voice.
I agree. You should always talk in voice.
I always use voice when I speak. Oh, you mean a voiced character, like someone who's not me? Yeah.
Shield bearer. Hate these shield bearers.
We've got some people who've lost the stream.
A lot of people lost the stream?
A few people.
Not good.
And I see other people who are chatting along fine. I'm still trying to understand how it all works. Kraybest, do you have something specific about how you can't, or what? You just got the game yesterday. How it works? I mean, you've just been jumping into the game.
Little blessing here. Lydia heal.
Umber Hulk, I see that.
The Umber Hulk.
Sorry, someone's talking about the Umber Hulk specifically, the impact sound. Yeah, actually, I have a fix for that. Yeah, I know. no one caught my. I'm about to say Princess Bride joke.
Get there.
The Umber Hulk has a special hit sound that I put on it that I thought was going to be a really keen hit sound until I heard how many times you're allowed to hit it. Rather, how many times that effect actually plays, and yeah, it can go kind of nuts. Actually, I have a fix-in for that that's probably going to go into... it's currently fixed in our consoles, and I'm imagining, it's just a guess, that we may release like some kind of patch if there's any kind of like important fix that we've done since then. There may be something on a PC. I have no actually idea, but next time the game gets updated, that'll probably get fixed in there too, because it's an annoying sound when you hear it en masse. Which you can do, especially with the arrow spell.
Oh, I hate scalpel archers.
Back to a lot of people got back on the stream too. So I don't know.
We dropped some people.
I guess so.
Oh, that's weird. I did up the FPS this week, so I brought it up from 24 frames per second to 30.
Ooh.
Which can mess with your stability a little bit, but we shouldn't have dropped people. But so, if we drop people again, we'll drop it back down to 24. Oh. Oh, Shadow Mage. All right.
What can I do for you?
Gonna mark him. AoE there. AoE there. And we'll move this up.
If you got it, flaunt it.
That's right. Ooh. Right.
Are you guys all right?
Looks like we've got some goblins here. Just gonna be a little.
Maybe we should try talking to them.
Are there more quests in SCL that are from your own characters? Stuff that you know of? If they ever heard any of the ridiculous things I may talk about, it's well hidden for me. I've never caught it. I don't think there's anything specifically of my own tales that's quite in the game. I know I heard a decent amount of your Legends of Lore have made it into our Legends of Lore.
Yeah, a couple of my my quests snuck their way in. So like I said a couple weeks ago, the quest where you find the gentleman with a mask that's stuck on his head, that's based on one of my D&D characters, and I don't know if there is a character in Rage of Demons that may be related to one of my tabletop characters. And of course, for those of you that have played the game, you probably ran into Initiate Ash, who is a drow that you can kill if you so wish. Who is not a very nice guy. So,
is there an achievement associated with that?
No? With killing me?
Yeah.
That would have been like, I would have retired from life if there was an achievement associated with killing me. That's like, you've made it, Oh, what are you doing, Larethar?
Is there a voice actor showcase video for Larethar? Yeah, geez, I wish there was.
There is not.
I think they either didn't get footage for it or something. I'm not sure when that happened. They were recorded not here. They were recorded over in the UK.
Right.
And so whoever was capturing the video for them, I'm not entirely sure we got them, which would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
I absolutely. Something so qualitative about his voice and what he does. He does actually a few other minor characters here and there that when I heard it in the game, I'm like, that's his voice. I got to cut it up because if Larethar's in the party, you're going to hear it. So we did some pitch shifting and some other effects on his as well, because a few people do some double duty. That's really actually very typical. in almost any video game is that most of the characters will do a few more. It just makes sense from a lot of standpoints. One, they're already there, signed a contract for you, and two, they're down for it. You know, they will definitely do that. So, but yeah, I don't think we got a video for him. That'd been fantastic.
I do not. Yeah, I don't think we got one for Larithar, which is a bummer. But let's see if we can do a little. Go ahead and flank him a little bit here.
News on the overheating GPU cards. Jeez, that's such a. I've heard about that since the beginning, and it seems to be a very specific chipset or a video card that's happening with them. That's such a bummer.
Unfortunately, we are probably not the two that know that.
Oh no, not at all. I've just seen it. I've seen it on the Steam.
No,
forum.
it's true. Yeah, and there are some people who have issues.
And you know, definitely the right parties know to check this stuff out. I don't have any information on that, unfortunately.
Not off the top of our heads. We can definitely check into it again. I know our QA guys are always looking into that kind of stuff. So, sorry, guys. If you're one of the people impacted by that, we're very sorry.
In regards to Rage Demons, will the content come into play after the main game's playthrough? So I don't believe it's specifically tied to the main game. I believe you can go through.
You can play it at any point. So the way it's set up now, and of course this is all subject to change. Everything on the stream is subject to change. But the way it's set up now is you can actually access Rage of Demons from the main menu of the game. You can pull in any of your characters from Rage of Demons at any time. So you can go in early levels. You can go in later levels. We did say that it is kind of built to be a little bit more challenging, so a lot of the fights are a little bit more brutal. So it would be harder at lower levels, but I assume I'm guessing that a lot of people could probably pull it off.
But that's the beauty of scaling, right? Monster scaling, everyone's favorite thing. That anyway. No, I know a lot of the reasons for and against, and it's just one of those things that.
Right.
Just one of those things you're going to have an opinion on.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's right. All right, here we go. We're going to do a little sneaky sneak here. I'm going to set up a little volley.
Hey, Durian TV. I think we just answered that about the controllers. It's like
What's that?
there's nothing official has been said other than I think we would like for there to be. I think it's an easy thing for us to kind of toss out if it works quite properly on PC, you know, the detection of the controllers and all that scheme, and, you know, again, if there's enough support, which I think there would be. So, but again, I couldn't be quoted on that just because I don't make that decision. But I would like to think that around the same time that scheme gets done, that it should be available for everybody. But we'll see. That'll be my thing, by the way. You can have soon. We'll see, because I'll talk to them afterwards. But we'll see. We'll see about that.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, I've got kids, so I say that a lot. Dad, are we gonna eat tonight? we'll see.
We'll see if you get to eat.
You may applaud. Heads up.
Oh.
A lot more opinions on the design council, both in and out, for and against. Yeah.
For and against.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, there's totally a lot to discuss, and who else to better to discuss it than the design council? How about we put a thread only in the design council, and only them will decide, hey, do you want to let everyone in?
I think we actually will ask them in a more official capacity, just to see how they feel about it, and go from there.
Yeah. Why not have the game level you up automatically for Rage of Demons once you start? Some people will want to play new characters. Well, I think you... oh, I see. Probably in response to like the scaling or whatever. Yeah, you totally could bring your character that you've gone through the main campaign, or you could start a brand new character. And I think that's why it's going to be as it is.
Right, so the idea is to have it be... have Rage of Demons be infinitely replayable if you want to. You know, you can just go through and be like, oh, I kind of want to, rather than playing, because we know, we look at the analytics, and some people have played through the main campaign many, many different times with many different characters. We want people to be able to do the same thing with our DLC. So, Rage of Demons, they want people to be able to say, oh, I'm going to play through Rage of Demons with a Warlock. I'll play through Rage of Demons with, a fighter.
Yep.
I like this that they designed, by the way.
Hmm.
You can set up archers to ambush through this area here. So,
oh, nice.
So Lydia's actually taking shots through this little crook in the wall while the fighter's over here kind of tanking everything.
That's been one of my favorite things to do, is to find funky places to put in my archer where they have seemingly good cover.
Yeah. So
and a great vantage point. That's so cool. They've added stuff like that.
It's neat.
Oh, sorry. There's something about the jib skeleton or flesh that to this day it just gives you a little it's just this is involuntary kind of like, yeah, it's awesome. Oh, whoops. I mean, that's a bit overdone, don't you think? That's but it's actually
it is pretty awesome. This is a pretty big map that we have here. So again, this is a new Rage of Demons environment you'll be able to use. This is Little Dark.
I remember the day they actually came to me and said, "Hey, we're going to put jibs in, so we need some cool jib sounds." I'm like, "Yes, this is awesome," because I kind of toned down a lot of the impact sounds to begin with. When I first started, they were really kind of big and overdone, and then I toned them down to be a little bit more appropriate with the D&D style. And looking at the other games, listening to everything else, and then they said we're going to add jibs. I thought that was awesome, so I got the best, squishiest stuff. And so we have a big jib, and then we have small jibs as the little pieces hit the ground, and each one of those has a piece of physics that triggers a sound too. God, such fun stuff.
This is a good question. So what function does Design Council have? Will their suggestions be considered with higher priority? Is their opinion in any way valued differently than posting one's opinions on the regular forum? I believe the truth behind the Design Council is there are more eyes on the polls and such in the Design Council. So polls for the Design Council will get priority over community-created polls in the general forums. So, for instance, there are a number of community-created polls about class, and a different class won, like what class do you want to see next, but we had a poll up in the Design Council, and one of the perks they got was to be able to essentially choose the next class, which was Warlock. So, at this point, now that the game is launched, it's going to be more for picking the brains of the really dedicated community members that actually want to present constructive feedback, and constructive criticism. So I think it's slightly different,
Right. And so the argument is that there's going to be people who didn't get in on it, who want to be as dedicated, who want to have that level of input,
right.
Who are here now who may have missed it. JSOC, I see that he's definitely pushing for it.
Mm-hmm. He's asked a few times, and it's something personally I think it would be great to have more people in there chiming off and talking about their opinions. But you also have to be fair to the people that got that as a bonus. The people that paid a lot of money to be part of that.
Absolutely, we'd like to make everyone happy. You do have to keep replenishing the pool, too. I mean, some of these people, they may be up in there in years, they may be dying off, not leaving any wills.
That is true.
Who knows?
That is very true.
Need some fresh meat in there. Fresh meat? I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
Speaking of kangaroo, let's look at our time. Ooh, it's almost time for kangaroo.
Almost.
All right. We're going to play for a little bit, see if we can actually get to the second floor so I can show off more of the magma stuff. Oh, I was going to show them a little tease, a little warlocky tease. Let me play for a couple more minutes, guys, and then I'll show you a little warlock tease. Then we'll do some giveaways, and then we'll call it a day. All right, Larithar. Target dummy. I'm playing it hard, but Arthos is
everyone okay?
Arthos is a little OP right now. I kind of gave him that.
Okay, well, I mean, they are kind of lying around here everywhere you look.
Yeah, absolute power corrupts absolutely. If you can give your characters Vorpal broadswords whenever you want, don't you just give them Vorpal broadswords?
Yeah, that's the rule of Vorpal broadswords. When they're in plentiful
the life
supply.
rule of Vorpal broadswords, yeah.
We need the sound of rolling dice so someone uses the /dice command.
I would love that. That is such a good idea.
That's such an easy thing to do. I know where dice are, and I have microphones. I could use these microphones.
Sneak that in? Do we have to tell people? Let's do that. Let's not tell anyone.
We may have to at least tell one person, at least one of the person I could think of.
I'm just kidding.
But
Don't fire me.
he may be easy to buy off.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe with one of these plentiful Vorpal broadswords we have.
Wall.
That's a totally cool idea. I would love to.
That would be so cool.
Love to do that. I'll write it down anyway because I have a pen.
Yes.
Dice sound.
Victory is ours.
And then as soon as I put in, then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, how do you turn off that dice sound? We need a toggle for that dice sound."
Can you give me a little narrator for this when I click on this?
Sure.
Here we go.
The ashes are still warm. This fire was extinguished very recently.
That was great, man. You just need to like follow all of us around, just saying like,
Sure.
Ash went to Wendy's and got spicy chicken nuggets.
Ash went to Wendy's. He got spicy chicken nuggets.
It's beautiful. Oh, this is a good fight. So we'll end after this fight. We are all messed up here. So this is sort of
Whoa. That is some FX layering.
yeah, we got a little explosion here. So we'll end with a little meteor fun times.
Shane plays. I'm usually the one who does the puns, and he's got a fantastic one and a great idea for some DLC. He's saying that.
Yeah.
Have you guys considered a DLC where a bunch of monsters are having a MasterChef competition and call it Rage of Seasons?
Ooh, that is good.
That's pretty good.
I'm very into that.
I'm gonna
Write that down.
write that down too. Rage of Seasons. Of my own idea.
Oh, this guy's
Good.
all right. Mission accomplished. All right, so hold on. Let's go back to the cam for a second. Let me jump back and I will set this up.
I love these little finger
I'll go
hair
back to
there.
this real
For
quick.
some reason, they remind me of like a spaghetti-o type, kind of like those
They
wheels,
do, those
like the
pasta.
wheelbarrows. Yeah.
You know what's funny? You just reminded me. When I was about 3 years old, I broke my arm. I was eating those pasta, and this is totally a tangent. I do this every week.
It's all right.
I was eating those, the pinwheel pastas, and I don't know why I was eating them, but I love pasta. And I jumped off a chair pretending I was Superman, thinking my mom was going to catch me.
Was your mom even in the room?
She was in the room.
Oh,
She was
All right.
over on the other side of the kitchen, and I broke my arm so bad that my bone popped through my arm as a 3-year-old. And then my dad saw it and he threw up. Like one of my earliest memories is like this bone, puking dad, pinwheel pasta.
Well, I'm glad I brought it to your attention.
Yeah, there you go. Memories in the corner of my mind.
I'm gonna write that one down and
All right, let me cue this
rip
up.
it out and throw it away because I don't want that memory anymore. Jesus.
Good times.
Well, I mean, anytime you break something, that's something that just etched in your memory.
Well, you're a
You
dad. I
remember
would
the
imagine
stupid
if you
things.
saw your kid's bone sticking out,
yeah.
you might chuck a little bit.
Yeah, I would panic, to say the least.
My arm, it was really cool. For a while, I had I was double jointed in my left arm for years because the way that it healed.
Double jointed?
Yeah.
Double
Yeah.
jointed? Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My kids do that. My wife hates that. This guy looks really, really sour, like he's going on a rage of lemons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to show off a little. We're not quite really ready to show off Warlock, but I'll give you guys a little teasy.
Well, this isn't a warlock.
This is a Warlock.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I snuck him in here.
All right. I'm gonna need to call someone.
I know. Don't tell on
I think
me.
I'm not quite in the stream actually.
So I'll level him a couple times.
What's his name?
This is Grelkin.
Grilkin.
I got really creative with his
Right.
his name. So I'll show you Grelkin real quick. Let me go put him someplace that's not too revealing. I'll have him go hang out by Birkins.
Sure.
Because
we have our two.
Everybody loves Birkins, right?
Right.
Okay, so here we go. Just for a moment here. So this is an actual Warlock. Again, this is all work in progress, not done. Sound's not quite done. Some of the effects aren't done. Icons aren't quite done. But I just want to show you this real quick. So I'll scroll through this. I'm not going to click on anything yet, but there's some things that you might like here.
You'll record and freeze frame, right?
Nah.
No.
No way.
Skills and proficiencies. That sounds real.
All right.
Oh, that's the same thing.
All right.
Sorry.
And little cool, one of the new cool armor sets.
Oh, nice.
All right. That's all I'm showing you for right now. And of course, in the coming weeks, we'll go through and we'll go through all those trees and show off all the trees.
Well, so far, I
really
wore
cool.
like it.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to give away a couple of actually, we're going to give away 5 daggers of venom. So if you do want a dagger of venom, say, what's a good dagger of venom thing?
Something.
Suck out the poison.
Suck out the poison.
Suck out the poison. All right, so if you want a dagger of venom, say suck out the poison. Tony and I are going to partake in kangaroo.
Jerky.
Poor kangaroo.
Right.
I'll let you get in there. I don't want to touch your... Whoa! I'll eat that.
Oh, they're in little bits and they're in little snippets.
Yeah, just go ahead and tear that off. Get kangaroo's stretchy.
All right.
And
it's kind of like meat taffy, right?
Yeah, it's like meat taffy.
All right.
So we'll go ahead and try this here.
It smells. I mean, first thing I smell is jerky, but then there's something a little extra. It's like jerky that was in socks. Not necessarily bad socks, but good socks.
Sorry, I'm looking at all the suck out the poisons. This is actually delicious. But I kind of call BS on this because it's not pure kangaroo. It's kangaroo mixed with pork. So I think we're tasting a little pork, right? It tastes like pork. It tastes like bacon.
Is there a percentage or?
There's no percentage. Anyway, highly recommend
Oh, it tastes good.
kangaroo with pork meat snack.
There's something extra in there that I think that's probably what they're assuming people are going to say is the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't. Maybe kangaroo
really
is so potent and so pungent that you really only need a small amount.
I think that's exactly what it is.
If you were to eat 100% kangaroo, then
you would explode.
Right.
Yeah. We don't want that. All right.
Yeah,
So here we go.
good.
We're going to go ahead and give away a couple of these. The first one is going out to Mako-san. So Mako-san, congratulations. You just got a dagger of venom. The second one is, of course, going to go out to, here we go, Durian TV. Durian TV, congratulations. I hope that you do not partake in durian, the fruit, because it's the most disgusting fruit. Oh, that's what we should eat next week, is durian. Guys, don't ever eat durian. It is.
Yeah, I've had it before.
Oh, it's awful. It tastes like a
my
foot.
wife tasted like a star fruit or something like that, and she thought, oh, all these crazy fruits, and they must be really good. She liked that one, and she got a whole basket full of these things, and I remember the durian, and I did not like it
Right.
at all.
Next one's going out to Tiger Paw. And also what Draconis is saying is true. I leave Steam chat open now here at the office. So if you go to the Steam community channel for Sword Coast Legends and you hop into the chat there, I'll be there. If you have any questions for me or just any comments, or you want to hang out, then drop by. The next winner is Zebroslow. So congratulations, Zebroslow. You won a dagger of venom. And
may want to double check on some of those.
Oh, codes are on the screen? Really? No way. Were all of them? No. Only one of them, probably. It's all right. We have more codes. Suck out the poison. All right, and the last one is going to Pop Taser. Congratulations, Pop Taser. If something weird happens with your code, if somebody stole it, contact me up there, any of those social channels. I'll be able to help you out and get you another code. Easiest way, of course, to contact me is to go to the Sword Coast Legends forums, and you can direct message me there, and I'll help you out. If you have any errors or anything weird, let me know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Someone stole Moccassin's code. Moccasin, I'll get you another code. Don't worry about it. I don't have any more here on me here in the studio, but I'll get you another one. So yeah, we'll be back next week with hopefully some more information. I hope you enjoyed your little bit of a Warlock tease there. Castles and Chemo, I know you've asked this question a couple times. Who owns the content not owned by WotC or Nspace? That's a really tricky question. I'm not a lawyer. I believe it's the same with any, like if you create something in Minecraft, whatever. I mean, I think it's yours, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not, honestly, I don't have a definitive answer for you since I'm not a lawyer, but
right.
I don't think anyone's gonna, hopefully steal your stuff. Hopefully. Someone took my code. You don't have a code. I know you're faking it.
Someone bummed about the controller issue right there. We're only being iffy about it right now because we haven't heard any kind of final word. If there's something that's written in the back or on one of the CP3s or something, it's on the list that we're going to do it, then that's the final word. We're telling you right now that we think it makes sense. We don't want to step over anything that's because we don't have the information here right in front of us.
Right. No, totally true. Yep. And one rune, just to kind of... obviously, we want to add controller support. It's feeling really great right now on consoles. I can't answer for the team right now. I think the intention is, of course, to bring that scheme over to PC, but I don't know off the top of my head if that's something that's going to happen. So we want it to happen. I want it to happen. Tony wants it to happen.
I do.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we'll be back next week with some more stuff. And the more weeks we go down the road, the more we have to show off. So next week,
we didn't even show the brain golem.
Oh, let's show that real quick. It's
only 30 seconds.
30 seconds. We're gonna show this before we.
You guys have been hearing about the brain golem, and I made a video.
Here we go. So we can talk over this here.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So this is just kind of showing you a little bit of the brain golem animation. This is, of course, our Rage of Demons monster. You guys have seen screens of him already.
Right. It's early still. I just threw it in the game and then kind of listened how it sounds and how it feels in the game. So far, it's been doing pretty cool. The effects, I believe, are being worked on it too, and those will be added to. They'll make it a much more full kind of sound. But
poor brain golem.
Yeah, no, I love making his sounds. He had a nice, juicy, hefty kind of sound to him. So at least from what it looked like.
And that is perhaps, honestly, we'll play that again real quick. As we get out of here. He's like the most terrifying looking. Just imagine if something like that was coming after you.
That's something that's all brain and spine and tendons and sinewy stuff.
Pour salt on it, right?
Right. I mean, that's your first thing. Then you realize, well, I don't have any salt on me. He seems to be making his own lubrication somehow.
His animation for running should be more like rollerblading. Like he just kind of like scoots
kind of
around,
gummies around the
place. Yeah, he should have like a snail trail as he runs.
And you notice he doesn't have a mouth either, so I was wondering exactly. Well, he's still kind of makes kind of sound. So
awesome.
Got fun stuff.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's cool. He's cool looking.
Anyway.
All right, so we will have more stuff to show off next week. And again, thank you guys so much. Go to all of our social channels. And hey, you know what? For those of you that are sticking around now, if you're not following us on Twitter, and if you do follow us on Twitter, I will randomly select a new follower on Twitter to receive a Dagger of Venom. So go to @SwordCoast on Twitter. Follow us there. If I see you are a new follower, you are kind of entered into a chance to win another Dagger of Venom, and I'll give it away before I get out of here tonight. So follow us on Twitter, and you get another extra chance to win. And we'll be back next week with more stuff. And you guys can find me, of course, on Steam forums, Sword Coast Legends forums, Twitter, Facebook, the studio, Interstate 4. Those are the places that I'm at.
And sometimes on the Steam forums. We'll definitely try to step up our game there.
Yeah,
it's really,
that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
See you later.